Hello there, lovely lady, and welcome to today's live. I think it's been about a week since I popped in here on a live video. And today is, today I'm popping in because I just did an interview for an event that's going to be happening in Austin very soon, but also it's going to be available online. So I just did a kind of a pre-recorded interview, and I was asked to share some mindset tips and how I was able to do some of the things that I've been able to do in my career and also in my business as well. So I thought, why not hop on here since I just got off and I had some notes as I was going through that interview, and I thought, why not share some of my top mindset tips with you that I can honestly say, if I did not do these things, I would not have had the opportunities that I have been very fortunate to have. So I would love to share that with you. The other thing I want to just quickly touch on is this whole idea of mindset, because it's not super common right now, but it really is absolutely critical to your success really in any area of your life. It's so important to know these things that I'm going to share with you, because it really does make up so much of of your success. It's not just about the strategy and the steps that can only get you that far, but really having the right mindset can absolutely shift everything for you. So here we go. If you have a pen and piece of paper handy, that might be good, so you can take some notes, or else you can just go back and watch this video. But basically what I'm going to do is share with you 5 of my biggest success strategies and success tips as it relates to mindset. Now these are things that I do on a regular basis, and it's also things that I help my clients to do as well. Hi Anna, thanks for watching, good to see you. So I'm going to share with you, 5 of these mindset tips. Now that interview I will share with you as soon as it's ready, at least, the online portion of it. And I go into a lot more detail, but I thought, why not just do a quick video and at least share with you, since I am, since this is now fresh in my mind and I just shared it. So number 1 is beliefs. So here's what I mean by this is we obviously, have history based on our past experiences, based on the way we were raised, based on past relationships that we've had. All of these things help us to form these belief systems, right? These things that we believe, that we trust on based on our past experience, that we use to help us to make decisions in the present moment. However, there are also limiting beliefs that come into play. So there are things that we think are true, or we make assumptions or interpretations, and we kind of function from that space, and those limiting beliefs can really hold us back in our careers. And one of the big ones that I talk with my clients about quite a bit is this idea of paying your dues. So if you have listened to the recent interview that I did with one of my amazing clients, Arthi, we talked about this as well. So if you want to check that out, I highly encourage you to go ahead and listen to our interview. I'll also put the link below this video, so you can do that. But we talked a little bit about this idea, or this limiting belief of paying your dues, meaning that this belief comes from the place of you feel like in order to get to the next step in your career or get the level of success that you want, that you have to spend more time where you are, so get more experience, you need more qualifications, you're not good enough in some way, shape or form, or you have to wait until the next thing happens, and all of these reasons, or maybe even excuses that we give ourselves that keep us stuck, when you really don't have to pay your dues in order to move forward. Now, obviously, there's going to be, some positions and things like that where you will need a certain level of qualifications, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is most of the time we hold ourselves back simply because we do not believe in our own ability to be able to do things that are well within our, our skill set, but we don't, for whatever reason, we think that we need more, or we're not good enough, and we need to, just spend so much more time, energy, and effort doing things to kind of prove ourselves or make ourselves feel like we're ready, when that point really doesn't come. Like, there's no good way for us to say, okay, when this happens, then I'll be ready, because that's just simply not true. So that's an example of like a limiting belief. So the first thing when it comes to mindset is tapping into that and really getting clear. And the best way I found to do this is really with the help of a coach. So if you don't have a coach right now, I would really highly recommend that you do that, because they have the ability ability, you know, a good coach is going to have the ability to really tap into those limiting beliefs, what yours are specifically, to be able to help you not just uncover it, but to move through it so that it no longer stops you from moving forward. And again, if you want to hear about how this was done in terms of the coaching process, I highly recommend you listen to Arthi's interview, because she explains, through the coaching process, how she was able to do that and move forward and get just an incredible opportunity. So that's number one when it comes to mindset, is beliefs. Number two is the internal dialogue. And this is something that, you know, we all struggle with at some point or another. Some of us are better at it than others, but it's so important to be aware of what you're telling yourself, that internal dialogue that's going on in your mind. If you constantly say to yourself things like, oh, I'm so stupid, or I messed up again, or of course it didn't go my way, you know, these things never go my way, or, I can't believe my boss did that to me again, or said that to me again, or all of those different things, that internal dialogue is really going to create the experiences that you have. So if you want to start having different experiences at work, if you want to be more confident, then it's going to be really important for you to know how to really overcome the self-doubt, any kind of negativity that you tell yourself. So we are our own worst critics, right? I'm sure you've heard that. So oftentimes the things that we say to ourselves are so harsh that we would never ever say it to the people around us, and especially not our loved ones. So just being really mindful of what you tell yourself, because what you tell yourself, you become. And even more important, maybe more importantly than that, it's going to, whether you realize it or not, it's going to impact how you show up. It's going to impact those relationships, and it's going to impact your level of career success and the opportunities that you get. So if you're constantly, in the space of self-doubt, if you're constantly second guessing yourself, beating yourself up for things, over things, letting what other people say or do affect you, letting your circumstances get the best of you, those kinds of things. If that is like running this track in your mind that's just not serving you, it's going to absolutely sabotage your career. So just be really careful about what you say to yourself, and be really gentle with yourself, and come from a place of care and compassion, the same way you would when you are communicating with a loved one or somebody that is important to you. So that was number two. So number one is belief. Number two is internal dialogue. Number three is clarity of vision. It is incredibly, incredibly important for you to really know what it is that you want. So being super clear on not just what you want, but something that, whatever that is, it has to be in line with who you are and what's important to you. It has to be the right fit for you. Because sometimes we can throw out these goals and things that, that we think are going to be the right next step for us, maybe based on our experience, based on what we're told growing up. So we think that that's the logical next step, but it's really not aligned with who we are and what's going to serve us. So it's going to be really important to have that clarity of where you're going, so that it makes it easier for you to get there. And also, why is it so important for you to do that? Now, if this is simply like the next step for you, it's like, oh yeah, I guess I've been here for so long, this is the logical next step, and you don't have a compelling reason why it's so important for you to get to that next level, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to do that and to have that level of success that you're looking for. Again, if you're struggling in this area, a good coach is going to be able to help you get very clear on who you are and what's going to be right for you. Then the next one, number 4, is empowering habits. So mindset is all about having consistent habits. It's not something that you can just do once and forget about it. So it's kind of like brushing your teeth, right? So you've got to do it on a daily basis in order for it to have the impact that, that you want it to have, to get you to whatever that level of success is in your career, whether you want more respect, whether you want to feel more valued, whether you want a promotion or a raise, whether you just want your work to matter. You want to make sure that you're having an impact or getting fulfilled in what you're doing. Whatever it is that's your goal, or that's really on your heart to achieve, it's so important that you have habits that's going to support that and support you as you get to that next step. So I'll share with you some of my habits that you're free to borrow and use, and they are really very effective. So number 1 is gratitude. So practicing gratitude on a daily basis. And the way I do this to make sure that it is actually a habit is I have a gratitude journal, and I write in that, every day, and I just, even if it's just a few things every day, and I try to make it, different, so that I'm actually thinking through what are some of the things that, that I'm really grateful for in this moment today, both on a small scale and a big scale. And that really helps me to be more at peace and to focus on the things that really matter versus, creating anxiety about the future or staying stuck in the regrets of the past or things that go wrong. That staying in that space of gratitude helps me to really just be free of any of that. But also it gives me the ability to really just focus on the things that are really important. So that's one, there's a gratitude practice. And so I suggest doing like a gratitude journal. The next thing, and this is something that we very rarely do, is take the opportunity to look at all the things that we have accomplished, all the things that we've overcome, the challenges we've overcome, and realize just how powerful we are, because we often forget that, in our day-to-day, going about our business every day, it's so easy to forget just how much you've been able to overcome, how much you've been able to accomplish, and how amazing you are as a person, to help you to realize that your potential is huge. I mean, there's so much that you can do and achieve, and it really does start with owning who you are and really realizing how far you've come and realizing that based on that, you have every ability to be able to get you to the next step. So there's that piece of it as well. Then another part of the empowering habits is meditation and visualization. So meditation really helps on a million different levels, right? There's so many benefits to it. But some of the key benefits to me is it helps me to really be just at peace and to be calm and focused. And it gets me grounded to the things that are really important and gets me more in touch with my intuition, helps me to be more creative and just make the right decisions and come from a place of just who I am versus being reactive because of my circumstances and what's going on. So really focusing on the right things. And again, part of my meditation is gratitude and those kinds of things. Then also visualization. So we talked about getting really clear on the vision. So where is it that you're going? What is right for you? So visualization will really anchor that in. So what I mean by this is taking a few minutes a day. There's so many different ways to do this. You can do a guided visualization. There's a ton of apps out there to do that. There's, Headspace, Omvana, Calm. All of these are great apps you could use for that. But even if you don't have an app, all you need to do is close your eyes and even if it's just a few minutes a day, focus on what you want. Get as clear a picture as possible. In fact, as vivid as possible is better on what you want, whether that's your work environment. Picture yourself having the kind of work experience that you want, doing the kind of work that you want, having the impact that you want, getting the respect that you want, earning the salary that you want, having the work-life balance that you want. I could go on and on, right? There's so many things that are important in your career. And so really just visualizing that, picturing it in your mind with as much clarity as possible. And then the most important part of visualization that makes it the most effective is the emotional component. So when you are visualizing it, really get connected to the emotions. How are you going to feel? What is it going to feel like for you to have those kinds of experiences? And also, one of the things I practice during my visualization is gratitude as if that's already happened. So in other words, when I visualize something that I know, I actually go through a gratitude of thank you so much, thank you God for that I've already achieved, that this is done. Thank you that I have whatever, X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that I'm visualizing. And so I ask myself as I go through my day, what would someone that's already achieved that, how would I react, or what decisions would I make from that place as if it's already happened? And really magical things start to happen. Opportunities start to come up for you and things like that. When you are so aligned on what's important to you, visualizing it, owning it, knowing that it's coming, and also just living from that space. It really is incredible. I mean, it took a while for me to kind of wrap my head around this when I first learned about this years ago, but once I started practicing, oh my goodness, it was amazing. And I really believe that the opportunities that I got, whether it's the TED Talk or Forbes or the Huffington Post, all of these different things, I really believe is a big result of doing this kind of work. And so, yeah, and then, visualization is point number 5, and it's that important that I kind of pulled it out on its own. But it is so important for you to visualize and have gratitude in that visualization as if it's already occurred, and have a strong belief that it's already done. It's just a matter of actually seeing it in your physical space, but it's already done. And then how would you react, or how would you behave if you knew that was already done? You already achieved what it is that you want to achieve, and then act from that place. Be that person that would get those kinds of results. So I hope that's helpful to you. Oh my goodness, can't talk. Those are my 5 tips. Beliefs, internal dialogue, the clarity of your vision and your big why, empowering habits, and visualization. So I hope that was really helpful to you. If you struggle in any one of these areas, say for example, if you feel like no matter what you do, you can't seem to get ahead, or maybe you struggle with some professional relationships and you just don't know how to make things work for you, or if you're trying to figure out, is this really the right place for me in terms of career? What's the right next move? I don't even know where I'm going in terms of like my vision for my career. Any of those kinds of things, and you want to really get this right and set yourself up on the right fit, no matter where you are in your career or what you're going to do next, then I invite you to join me on a free breakthrough call. You can go to sharissasebastian.com/schedule to schedule that. Again, it's completely free. And on that call, I'm going to help you to uncover what some of your biggest career blocks are. That is, often not what you think it is. And then also I'm going to help you with that step-by-step plan on what to do to get you to where you want to be. That's really in line with who you are. That's going to make you feel so good about yourself and make you actually excited to go into work every day. And yes, that is possible no matter what you're facing right now. And, my clients can attest to that. And that has definitely been my experience as well. So I really look forward to chatting with you. Again, that call is completely free. You have nothing to lose. And I do have limited availability though the next few days. So if you want to schedule that, go to sharissasebastian.com/schedule. I'll go ahead and pop the link below, and I'll also give you the link to the interview I did with Aarti so you can hear more from her perspective of, how she went through this journey and exactly what she did to be able to overcome some of the challenges she faced, but also set herself up for success, not just in terms of the next step in her career, but really long-term success as well. So thank you so much for watching. It's so good to be in here again. And I know today I didn't schedule an event, so I'm hoping that, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much for making the time to do that. I know I didn't give you warning. I just kind of hopped on you and went live. So thank you so much for watching. And I would love to hear from you. If this was helpful, if there's anything that resonated with you, or if there's anything that you have a question on, please feel free to reach out to me. So either, schedule that call and we can chat there, or just go ahead and pop a comment below or send me a private message, and I'll be happy to chat with you and answer any questions that you may have. Thanks again, Anna, for watching. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching on the replay, and I will chat with you again in the group very, very soon. Bye for now.